HGM grinding mill, reducer derv, installation outline drawing. The foundation of main unit. Locate the center line of the main unit according to the drawing. Make the permanent marks. If the cable trenches are required, please reserve them in advance, according to the working site condition. The bottom earth layer should be tamped after the foundation was done. Make a good concrete foundation pad. Make the reserved holes, marks on the frozen foundation pad. Put enough bricks to ensure the distance not lower than 60 mm between the bottom of the reinforced concrete and the ground level. Make the foundation reinforced concrete meshes. Ensure the gap between the rebars is 200 mm. All the rebars should be 5/20 screw thread steel. Put the vertical frames in the foundation. Make the square, wooden boxes according to the sizes of the preserved holes. Put and fix them in the correct places. Make the marks of the upper surface of the driven device foundation on the square wooden boxes. According to the layers, quantity showing on the drawing, make the rebar meshes for the driven device bottom foundation. Pour C30 concrete for the driven device base foundation. Tamp it with a vibrating spear. The square wooden boxes should not be moved away or be inclined during pouring process. Make the upper surface of the concrete same as the markings on the square wooden boxes. After the concrete foundation got frozen, mark the main unit reserved holes according to the drawings. Put the bricks in. Make the main unit make the rebar meshes. Put the square, wooden boxes for the main unit and classifiers reserved holes. According to the layers, quantity showing on the drawing, make the rebar meshes for the upper main unit foundation. Make the marks on the square wooden boxes 60 mm below the zero mark. Pour the main unit concrete foundation to the line marked on the square wooden boxes. The wooden boxes should not be moved away or be inclined during pouring process. Tamp the foundation with a vibrating spear. 12 hours after concrete poured, take out the square wooden boxes and the main unit plates. Double check if the size of the reserved holes are same as the drawing marks. Grind unit installation. Hoist the drive part along with the base. Put the 4 anchor bolts into the fixing holes of the base, and put on the flat washer and nut in turn. Reserve 1 nut thickness thread. The center of the output shaft coincides with the center line of grind unit on the ground. Fall on the corresponding anchors slowly. Hoist the grind unit base, HGM125L model. Hoist the whole grind unit. Put the 4 anchor bolts into the fixing holes of the base, and put on the flat washer and nut in turn. Reserve 1 nut thickness space. The center of grind unit coincides with the center line of grind unit on the ground. Place the pad iron. Fall on that corresponding anchor slowly. Note the special HGM125 installation steps. Remove the screws. Fall down the grind unit slowly. Put the bolts on the fixing hole. Put the bolts on the fixing hole. Put lifting jack and support, one front and one back. Put spirit level. Adjust the grind level by jack. Trim the pad iron. Multi-directional trimming for leveling. Dismantle the jack and support. Put the pad iron of reducer by user. Adjust the reducer position by pad iron. The coupling gap is 4 to 6 mm. Parallelism depth is 0.12 mm. Coaxiality 0.3 mm. Multi-directional trim. After confirmation, put the nylon rod into the hole. Fasten the baffle. Take away the spirit level. Classifier part installation. Install supporting legs. Put the M16x70 bolts into the fixing holes. Ensure the perpendicularity of the four legs. HGM125 model classifier need to pre-assembly under drawing. Remove the feeding chute. Put down the housing and classifier slowly. Assemble the feeding chute, then hopper. Use M16x70 bolts to connect the classifier housing and supporting table firmly. Put the M30x450 anchor bolts into the fixing holes, then put on the flat washer and nut in turn. Reserve 1 nut thickness thread. Place 3 pieces iron blocks, prepared by client, on the grinder unit. Thickness 20 mm. Fall on the matched position slowly. Ensure the 20 mm gap between classifier housing and grinder unit. The coaxiality deviation below 5 mm. Connect the motor with M16x18 bolts, motor installed at factory, for HGM125L model. Soundproof house installation. Put the wooden frames to the gearbox, mill and classifier place. Use high-strength and shrinkage grout to pour into the anchor bolt holes. Note pouring must be from one side without interruption, and ensure the verticality of the anchor bolts. The grout shall not exceed the ground floor and the grind unit base. Dismantle the frames after 6 to 8 hours. Place the template at the grind unit. Pour with grade C30 or above to level with ground level. Reach the grind unit base plate. Prohibit to over the bottom plate. Meanwhile, pour the gearbox anchor to the bottom plate until cover the plate. Tamping with vibrating rod. Curing at 20 degrees Celsius for more than 7 days after pouring, and curing at 5 degrees Celsius for more than 14 days in winter. Antifreeze measures must be taken. Take out the pad iron. Loose the nut. Put the jack and support. Jack up the mill. Pull out the pad iron. Remove the jack and support. Recheck the gap, parallelism and axiality on the coupling. Remove the template from the grind unit. Tighten the bolts at the mill, gearbox, and classifier. 1 flat washer, 1 spring washer and 2 nuts are required. Install the soft connection hoop. Wrap the hoop and connect them with 2 XZM10x150 bolts. Soundproof house installation. Connect the 1 and 2 soundproof plate connecting bolts RM16x70. Connect the 3 soundproof plate. Connect the 4 soundproof plate. Install soundproof house upper cover. Connect it by M10x150 bolts. Pulse filter installation. Mark out the pulse bag, filter cross-center line on the ground under the drawing. Filter upper body, lower cone, bucket should be welded together under the drawing if shipped in bulk parts. Weld the filter cone, bucket and the support legs together. Weld the filter legs and the supporting parts, use steel. Ensure the verticality of the legs. Make sure the pulse bag, filter center line, coincides with the center line marked on the ground. Install the air tank support. Install the air tank. Install the pressure gauge and the safety valve. Locate the asbestos pads. Locate the pipe assembly to the correct position slowly. Install the bolts, remarks. Make sure the connections are sealed. Install the air cylinder. Unpack the upper cover bolts. Open the upper cover. Install the air cylinder connection disc. Lay down the upper cover. Install the upper cover bolts. Check the distance between the solenoid valve and the air cylinder. Make the matched soft tube. Connect the soft tube between the solenoid valve and the air cylinder. Repeat above movements till all parts are installed. Weld the adapter joints of the air outlet. Ensure it weld with the upper cover solidly. Ensure the sealing. The filter bag near the welding position needs to be drawn out. Connect the elbow of the air outlet. All pipes and flanges connecting should fully sealed with asbestos cord, Phi 6, Phi 8. Install the adapter joints and the pipe elbow of the air inlet. Lift the guardrail to the right position. Weld on the filter body. Weld the upper body and the lower cone bucket together. Make sure the air inlet and outlet direction same as the drawing. Ensure the weld solid and sealed. Connect the pipe and seal the connection with asbestos rope. Hoist the blower to the correct place. Put the asbestos rope into the flange place. Install the adapter tube of blower. Put in the asbestos rope. Install the muffler. Place a cover plate on the muffler to prevent sundries from falling. Install the air outlet, pipe of blower and pulse back filter. Attention to the direction of the pull rod. The cylinder shaft extension means pipeline is closed. The shaft reset means opening. Weld the ladders of pulse back filter. The filter bag near the welding position needs to be drawn out. Place the filter bags that were extracted earlier during the welding of square joints and ladders, and remove the cover plate above the muffler. The flange joints of all pipes need to be sealed with asbestos rope. Install the screw conveyor into a corresponding place. Seal the connection with asbestos rope. Install the discharging valve and interface for discharging. Seal the connection with asbestos rope. Install the concrete wall anchor bolts of the pulse back filter and the blower. Install the air protection cover. Prepare on site. The water cooling pipe connection diagram on reducer. The air compressor pipe connection diagram. Electrical cable connection diagram. Connect the cables under the electrical diagram strictly. Check correctly before running. The grind unit drive mode. The grind unit are driven in two methods: reducer drive, belt drive.